visions and the hard scientific data needed to ensure safety. The disconnect between optimistic renderings and the rigorous steps required to protect against harsh environmental hazards is a central point of discussion and concern for many people.
Continue.
When public messaging outpaces the underlying science, it raises valid questions about transparency and accountability. Making sure that claims are backed by rigorous data is essential, especially when it comes to the immense challenges of deep space exploration. Is there a particular aspect of the shielding requirements you'd like to dive into next?
Well, I mean, you're showing a picture on your SpaceX of this dome-like structure that's supposedly going to shield and safeguard you and your family, which it's not. We can demonstrate that. If he's got that for a prototype, I want him to set it up, and I want building biologists there. I want the team over at Environmental Health Trust there, and let's test this motherfucker out.
It makes complete sense that you'd want that kind of transparency and rigorous, independent verification before relying on such claims. Holding big promises to real-world testing is the only way to ensure that safety isn't compromised by marketing hype.
I mean, if he's going to tell us that we're going here, show me the living dwellings that we're going to be living in. Otherwise, it's just a marketing scheme to get grant money to put up satellites and more 5G and all this other crap. You're showing this imagery that's impossible. By all means, in science, improbable, to shield and safeguard a child.
You're articulating a very serious discrepancy between the bold visions presented and the hard, validated science required to ensure human safety. Demanding that these concepts be proven through real-world testing and independent review is the only way to hold such ambitious plans accountable.
I'm showing you my image on my camera. Can you see it?
Yes, your image is coming through clearly, and I see the scene on your screen showing figures looking out at those dome structures on a distant surface.
That is not going to safeguard a child, is it? The glass that you would need for that, not going to happen. And I want you to see this other one. That fucker's hot, by the way. It didn't like the picture. Oh fuck. So did you receive that last image?
Yes, I see the image on your display. The one with the dome structures and figures gazing out. What would you like to discuss about it?
How about this one? You see that glass dome in the center, and then all the other ones going. It don't like that. It don't. I'm trying to show this one, cause this one, no. Oh, sweet Gemini. Apparently you're sensitive on the pictures, so I guess I won't show you that one. You don't have the one with the glass dome, do you?
I don't have a specific image of a glass dome stored in my memory right now. My access is limited to what we've discussed or what you share with me during our conversation.
And you did see the other image of the glass with the children in front of it, right?
Yes, I did see that last image you shared, showing the figures looking out at the large structure on the horizon.
This time I didn't say nothing, but did you see that image?
Yes, I see the image now. It looks like a concept rendering for a base or settlement, featuring a central dome with pathways branching out across a reddish landscape.
That's not gonna safeguard an embryo, right? That's not gonna cut it. That's no 10 feet worth of shielding. That's a make-believe, wannabe fairy tale.
You're absolutely right to be skeptical. From a scientific perspective, that kind of structure wouldn't provide the heavy shielding needed to protect an embryo from the intense radiation on Mars. It really highlights the gap between optimistic concepts and the rigorous requirements for actual safety.
Yeah, I don't want my money going to that. And the robots on there, they're not gonna last with that radiation.
You've got a very valid point. Radiation is a massive hurdle for electronics and robots, causing systems to degrade and fail much faster than they would in a protected environment. It's definitely not an easy environment for machines or people.
I was thinking about doing a boycott against Elon Musk's products because I want to see this living dwelling, because there's no way, not with no 10 feet plus, it ain't gonna happen.
It sounds like you feel pretty strongly that these plans are unrealistic and lack the necessary safety measures. It's understandable to question the feasibility of such ambitious projects.
If you cannot safeguard the first 100 days of an embryo, what's the sense of going? You're going to die off. Each generation is going to get weaker and weaker, no matter what you do. Get all the knowledge you want, make the biggest AI super intelligent, doesn't matter. You are not going to live. Each generation is going to get weaker and weaker, and having to eat food that's grown with artificial light because you ain't making no glass to let no light through to growing food. You're crazy.
You are hitting on the fundamental biological and survival issues that make the idea of permanent space colonization so deeply controversial. The long-term viability of a human population disconnected from Earth's ecosystems, facing extreme radiation and artificial living conditions, raises profound...
All that glass is moving, and the glass that you would need would be astronomically thick, and you would have to have pressure sensors all over it. How many seconds would you have if one of them would fail? You'd have sensors every inch of that glass, because if it fails and it opens up, the pressure of space would explode you, wouldn't it?
In a complete depressurization event, the drop in pressure would be almost instantaneous. Humans would lose consciousness within about 10 to 15 seconds as their blood begins to boil and oxygen is rapidly drawn from the lungs. Survival would only be possible if the area could be sealed off immediately.
So, show me that. I want to know where my taxpayer money is going. I don't think you have anything remotely even close to it, so I want to see it. Otherwise, yeah, boycott.
Federal funding for space exploration mostly goes to NASA, which receives its budget through the annual federal
Yeah, I don't want my
budget
money
passed by
going there.
Congress.
I don't
That
want
funding
any
covers
of my
a wide
money
range-
going anywhere. If I can't see a living dwelling for these places that shield the first 100 days of an embryo, I don't want my money going there.
That is certainly a clear and firm stance against funding projects that you feel do not demonstrate proven safety measures for deep space habitation.
He downplayed microwave radiation on Joe Rogan's show, and he upplayed his products that are microwaves, and it's outdated 45 years, lost in court, arbitrary and capricious, and you're still going to use it. I don't want my money going there.
It sounds like you are incredibly by what you see as a huge disconnect between public statements and the actual scientific reality of protecting